Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make something like this in VOSviewer, a bibliometric analysis either on keywords or citations when you are pulling from multiple different databases to begin with. So to start, I use Zotero. Everyone might have a different method here, but I'm just going to show you in Zotero. And the first thing you're going to want to do is make a new group. And when you do that, Zotero will take you online, you choose a name for your group, you choose the membership, and you create the group. I'm not going to do that now because then you have to restart Zotero. So once you do that and restart Zotero, in your group libraries down here, you're going to have a new group. And the reason to do that is that the duplicate items tab becomes really important. So if you just start importing into your library that you already have, your duplicate items will be from your whole library. And so that is why we end up making a new group. So now we have this, in theory, empty group here, and you've already run your searches on, say, Scopus, Web of Science, PsycInfo, whichever databases you want to pull from. So what you're going to do is within your group, you're going to end up doing file, import a file, and hopefully when you've downloaded from your databases, you've downloaded an RIS files. So you can go next, and then what you'll do is click on each of the ones you want to do. You'll go through this however many times you need to do it, and hit open. And once you hit open, it's going to ask you, do you want to copy the files and place the imported collections into a new collections? You'd press next and yes, and it would import. Again, I'm not going to do it now because I have hundreds of files, and so it takes a little bit of time. So once you've imported, they'll all end up in different folders over here. And I've already cleaned these out, so I have no duplicates, but I'll show you what it would look like. Since you're obviously the keywords you searched will probably pull duplicates. Over here, what you'll end up having is all the papers that show up the same. And so you're going to want to click on them and then merge two items. It's important that you do this instead of deleting, because when you delete the item, one file or one of these will have more information or different information than the other. So when you merge them, say that one has the volume number and the other doesn't, now you have the most up-to-date and the most information condensed. So you'll go through and merge all of these. Once they're merged, all your duplicate items will be gone. And then you will go through, say, your whole group in terms of using your inclusion-exclusion criteria, making sure that the papers that you want in here or the papers that you want for your analysis are in here, and removing the ones that you don't. Ultimately, what I ended up doing for this search specifically is I ended up only wanting journal articles. So that's what this final tab over here is after I narrowed everything down. And so the way to do that is you go up here, and instead of title, you want item type is, and then journal article. And so that then is going to make, then you run the search, you see all the journal articles, and then you do save search. And when you do save search, you name the group whatever you want, or the little folder. So journal articles 2, okay. And now I have journal articles 2 over here. And so from then you can either narrow more, or say you're done narrowing, you're like, this is what I want to analyze in VOSviewer. So what I do is highlight all of them, and then I want to export the library. Export, I want it in RIS format because that's what VOSviewer takes. Export notes, press OK. And then it's going to ask me to save. I already have it saved, so I'm not going to do it now, but save it. Then we come over to VOSviewer, and in order to do the network visualization, you're going to want to create a new one. Create based on bibliographic data, that's what we're doing. So we're going to press next and read from reference file manager. That's what you want because you have an RIS format. If you only searched with one database like Web of Science or Scopus, whatever, you could just do their database files. But this is specifically, you don't have to follow this process if you're only doing one. So this is specific if you had multiple databases you wanted to pull from. So then we're going to go to next and click over here. You're doing RIS file. find the file. For me, I had it saved here, climate change and mental health. Okay, next. And so now we can do multiple different types of analyses. Say I'm interested in the authors and seeing the network analysis between authors, then I would do co-authorship. What I'm interested in here is co-occurrence, so keywords. And of course, we'll have some keywords in mind, but VOSviewer is going to tell us these are the keywords that came up the most. Is that how you want us to do it? So we're going to do keywords next. And then this is the key part. It tells us of the about 1,600 keywords that I found, 100 were 5 occurrences or more. So say I'm like, okay, I don't want 100 in this network analysis. Maybe I'll do, they had to show up, let's say 20 times for us to find it interesting. Still, after that, we're going to get a chance to narrow further. So here it's going to tell us these are all the words that showed up 20 times or more. So say, okay, I don't want humans, female, male. I don't want communities, public health. And the don't want meaning I'm interested in the connection between climate change and mental health impacts, whatever that is. So disasters and mental health and anxiety, etc. So I'm picking my words strategically based on that. And then I finish and it's running it. And then I end up with these clusters here. And you can end up editing these on this side. So we can change the size of the lines in between them. We can change, the dimensions or the way that the lines are. We can say, make it even starker of a difference so we can see this. So you can play around over here, and you can change the colors to be in line with, another color scheme of another figure that you're making. So for a quick PNG, you're then going to go over here to screenshot and then just say, climate change, mental health, or whatever it is you want to name it. You save it and here, I'll show you climate change, mental health to save it. And then if I go back over to my downloads, I can open it and you'll see that it's saved like this. So, quick export like that. If I wanted to, say you want to save this so you can come back and edit this, that's where you go over here to save, and you're going to save the map file and the network file to your computer so you can come back and keep playing around with it. Now, a similar thing is true when you want to do citations or a bibliometric analysis by the citations, by the co-authors. So I won't go through that, but this is just the best method that I found that works for me. There may be lots of other methods or ways that it can be done faster. So please leave comments if you have another way that works or edits so that we can all learn from it. Thank you.